started with a vision. We had to start with a vision. We aim to go from good to great, of course. And these are examples of really great papers in the world. I think there's always a risk that you can look dated if you don't improve. So you have to continue your improvements. And the latest big innovation that we made on the whole SvD was back in 2004. So clearly we felt a sense of urgency. At the same time, it was very clear that we were on the right track. So we didn't want a total change to something completely different. Maybe the most important thing is to know what to keep. The DNA, I call it. It can be a strong dream for a designer to, change everything and try everything that's new. But it might not be what will give SvD the best position on the market. We are a very strong brand in Sweden, but we need to have the self-confidence to keep some things and change some things. And after research, scanning the market and analyzing, this is some of the new keys for the design. We need a more contemporary typography. We need to improve our rhythm, and we need to add color in a better way, and we needed to clear the weekend identity for the whole weekend and make it more different to the daily paper. And newspaper design, it's a lot about typography and readability. This photo is actually hijacked from another presentation in Vegas that Anna Thurfjell held. I thought it was such a great description about what the typeface should be when you look for it. I didn't want a totally different fashion. I just wanted to update the classic. And this is the black dress, like Audrey Hepburn is wearing, and it still works, but you need to update it to make it more contemporary. SvD had pointers since 1997, and SvD were pioneers on our market at that time, but this is nothing unique anymore, and all papers can have it. It was also difficult to find new inspiration for the design, so we had to get rid of this old pointer dress, and we looked at the market and we did analyze, look at different typefaces, and we found that we wanted to do our own typeface. And I really respect the work that Mario Feliciano had put into this work. It has been a fantastic journey to develop a new typeface. Mario is quite known on the market. I think you all know him. He made typeface for El País and Espresso and a lot of other papers, and he's a great guy from Lisbon, very human and fun to work with. I can really recommend him. This work has been a collaboration between me, Mario, and I have also involved a second opinion through the whole process, and that is Ale Palmer from the Palmer & Watson, to look at the type. And he learned me a great deal, things that I didn't know, and I really recommend this way to work, to share knowledge more. I think it's crucial to our own survival that we don't think we can do everything best ourselves. The new typeface for SvD is named Svenska, and Svenska means Swedish, like Svenska, a Swedish girl. We started this process in the end of August, and I sent Mario the paper, and we discussed what kind of typeface we should develop. He thought it should not be something completely different. For the common reader, it's going to be a change, but not a total shock. Svenska is a classic, but contemporary and more European typeface. And as Mario himself says, European type can be more modern because we deal with history different from American. Pointer typeface is American typeface. Because we carry centuries of history, so we deal with it differently, I think. This family is 47 weights, and it's both serif, sans, and slug. We have a text font and a font for table text called Nano. So where did Mario start with this work? The first thing he did was try to understand how Swedish works. He started with the text type. The Swedish language, as you know, looks very different to many other European languages. Some words are doesn't exist in other languages, and we have many long words. The combination of letters are also very different to many European languages. So he looked for harmony in the combination of the words, and the first thing that he was thinking about was that it should not be a too condensed typeface, because then you have too many long words in the same line. For me, it was like music the first time I saw Mario's first parts of the design. It amazed me that he got the rhythm of typeface so well, such a harmony. And the family, while we made a family, it came out of the need of speaking in the same voice, but not exactly in the same way. So we developed the serif, sans, and slab in the same family, but there were no compromises. They are not based on the same. They are in individual typefaces. Some letters are completely different in the typeface, and it's very useful when you develop a typeface to have a wide range of ways to work with, from very light to very bold, to provide the designer, me in this case, so you can try out what's going to work best, because you have to try a lot. The sans is both a text type and also a headline font. And during this work, I asked Mario, what's the difference then between making a type for books and for newspapers? And he said it in a very good way, because newspaper type doesn't have as much flavor as the book typeface has. It has to be more rational, and book typeface is more classic. What did he find the most difficult? Well, I think he told me it was the italics. I still haven't done them. But actually, the main difficulty was the size of the typeface. So many files and making it all consistent. And of course, I was really happy to also get a slab typeface. And this is the nano typeface. It's pretty difficult to see on the screen, I guess. Both of us benefit a lot from this work. The reason the work went so well, I think, is because we shared the materials all the way through. I sent him all the dummies and a lot of pages during the process. And the next thing is color. When we were in Vegas and I visited the desert, I was kind of amazed by the desert colors. I kind of like the way the sand had different colors, and yet at the same time it was almost the same color. And this works a lot like an inspiration for my work with finding a color system in SvD. We kept our color code, the blue, pink, and green, but we add different tone of the same color, and I also add some new color, like for back sections and contrast and base colors. And altogether, this is a palette that gives the page more variation and more clear navigation. In the daily, I use color in more elements of the design, in section page folders, in typography, as backgrounds, and in news in brief. The purpose is to give the paper more harmony and rhythm and a warmer tone of voice. And the weekend paper is even more colorful. To get a better rhythm, we found that we need to structure SvD a little bit different. We worked a lot on the layout, on contrast and the color, and to get a more defined rhythm, we had to work on all the pages within the sections and find out how to do it. And this is my colleague Anne that I've been working a lot with during this project, and in the beginning it's just a lot of white pages. And we found that we needed more clear back sections in all sections. So we have back sections in the news section, that is sport, and we have the stock market in the business section, and critics and TV and radio in the culture section. One of the sections that we changed the structure most in to get a better rhythm is the critic and the culture section. critics is very important for SvD, and today there's very monotone, those pages. They look exactly the